The Critchley era is over, but it has left Heart of Midlothian on crutches. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Good news coming out of Tynecastle. Neil Critchley is gone. The bad news is, though, he should never have been hired in the first place. You know, just a dumb appointment that was never going anywhere. And Hearts have paid the price for it. And it set them back a full season. It's going to be a season in the bottom six, a season of failure, a season where you look at the other teams that Hearts should be competing with. You look at Aberdeen, you look at Hibernian. Both have had contrasting seasons. Aberdeen started really good at the beginning, then kind of fell off. Hibs started really poorly, then picked up. And then you've got Hearts who have just been shite, really, since day one of the 2024-2025 season. Very disappointing. Both those teams competing for third place. Both of those teams, you know, competing for that European spot. Aberdeen in a cup final, and the only thing Hearts have got to do is, you know, play a bunch of matches in the bottom six. So, yeah, disgusting. Critchley has been sacked. Short and sweet, I would say.
Nothing sweet about it, though.
Well, I was referring to the statement. There's nothing sweet about Critchley's stay at Hearts, although it was pretty short in the end. Approximately, 6 months, just over 6 months, 7 months. But yeah, let's get into the club statement that Hearts have made on Critchley and Garrity departing. So, quote, Heart of Midlothian can confirm that it has today parted company with head coach Neil Critchley and his assistant Mike Garrity. The club would like to thank Neil and Mike for their efforts during their time in Gorgie, and we wish them well for the future. Liam Fox will take control of first team affairs on an interim basis. No further comment will be made at this time. End of quote. So, that's it. Basically, they're both gone. Liam Fox is coming in, and there's no update on when there's going to be, or no further comment on when there's going to be a new manager in place. So, I mean, yeah, you look at Scotland, it's been a weird season. There's been quite a high turnover of managers, and two of the biggest clubs in the country right now have got a job opening.
Yeah, you know what, though, right? See, with Hearts, me and you said it at the time, hell, I think I was even more vocal about you than you. Neil Critchley should never have got this job. Hearts are one of the biggest biggest teams in the country, right? This guy has a track record that should put him towards the bottom end of this league. Hell, dare I say, like, even lower than that, man? This guy should be managing teams in, like, English League 1 and League 2. Why?
That's what he has been doing.
Yeah, that's my point. He should, there's no way.
Yeah, but it's not like he was successful doing that.
Yeah, I know, but honestly, he should never have got the job. But seeing you compare it to T-Line, right, who won leagues. He's won leagues in other countries. What's this guy done?
Aye, decent countries.
Aye.
We're not talking, he won a league in San Marino or Liechtenstein.
Yeah, but even if he did, at least you know what I mean?
Nah, but there's levels. At the end of the day, I mean, Thiel's won a league in fucking Sweden.
Go back to league. When was it? October, November, December, whenever this guy got appointed. We were saying this guy will be sacked, right? And I called it. I said after the Petra Cup game, you know what? Accept that you backed the wrong fucking horse and put him down early. Don't drag it out. Honestly, man, he should have been sacked.
What hurdle did he fall at?
The first one, the easiest one, the Petra Cup one. Honestly, if you sacked Critchley right after that Petra Cup game, which I think would have been justified, Hearts finished top 6.
I remember reading an article or a statement from someone, and it was someone, and it's really bothered me because I cannot remember who made it, but it was someone that was involved with Hearts or Tony Bloom. Someone involved with either Hearts or Tony Bloom, and they basically said that after Naismith was gone, that they weren't looking for a good manager. They never said they weren't looking for a good manager, but the point is, right?
Yeah, well, they stuck to their guns, didn't they?
But they said that they weren't like looking for, you know, an experienced manager or like a big name or someone that has been there and done it. They were looking for a coach because with the Jamestown analytics, a manager's not necessary. All you need is someone to coach the players. And I wish I could remember who it was that came up with that statement. But what a fucking load of shite!
Was it Andrew McKinley?
Don't think it was. No, I really can't remember who it was. But
Mr. Kipling.
But they were talking about how you don't. Hearts don't need a good manager going forward. All they need is someone to coach the players that are getting brought in, and it's like that's just a big pile of shite. It doesn't matter. You could be getting the best players that you've ever had. You still need a good manager.
Yeah. No, it was the. I don't even know what it was, right? Because I guarantee you Critchley's on decent money. You know what I mean?
It's ignorance. It is bringing someone in from England and assuming, oh, they're from England, so they'll be able to do the job in Scotland. How many times have we seen these failed people? That's what I'm going to call them.
Bar stewards?
Aye, bar stewards, those ones. How many times have we seen these English people come up to Scotland and just fail? Whether it be at a managerial level or whether it be whether it be a managerial level or whether it be at a player level. Remember when Joey Barton first came up? Thought he was going to walk into the Rangers team and fire them to like Champions League glory and stuff.
Same with Shane Duffy.
I mean, Joey Barton left Scotland after 5 months and his excuse was, the players around me were too shit. Bullshit. I mean, that doesn't work. Imagine Messi came out and said something like that. My team, the players I were playing with were too shite for me to look good. If the players that you play with are shite, then you should automatically look better than you are.
I know, but at least players look shite next to Messi. No one looks shite next to Joey Barton.
No, but I mean, like, we've seen players come up from England and do nothing. We've seen managers come up from England and do nothing. And Critchley's just another one in, a long line. And it's frustrating. But you know what? Robbie Nielsen's currently out of a job, so who knows? Maybe we'll bring him back.
Tell you what, it's a blessing in disguise for Hearts, right? You'd rather finish 7th and get this guy out the door than finish 6th and not.
I just can't help feel that I think in football it needs to be more cutthroat. Spoiler alert, I just got sacked in my FC25 Hearts career mode and I was doing a better job than this prick.
Where were you?
6th, but I was only 10 points off the top of the table after
a game or something?
20 games.
That's not bad.
And I was only 4 points off a 3rd place Rangers.
Yeah.
So I got sacked. Bull fucking shit, by the way. And then this guy, look how long. And another thing, but you can't do that because he got there. I would have sacked this guy before the Scottish League Scottish Cup semi-final. Not only, because you'd be bringing in, even if you didn't bring in a new manager, I'd have honestly sacked this guy and gave Liam Fox the cup semi-final. I think you would have got that bounce, that boost for the players.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, Scottish Cup, it wasn't the worst performance, no, and, Hearts did go down to 9 men, and you could argue if that happens, it doesn't really matter who the manager is, but things play out differently. And if Critchley's gone, does the exact same team start? Do the players make the exact same decisions? No, because it's like the butterfly effect. Everything changes.
Yep.
I would have got rid of this guy and attempted something for this. Even if he beat Aberdeen, and I know this sounds crazy, I would have got rid of him before the final. And people would go, well, that's unfair. No, I don't think it's unfair, because I would just look and go, I don't fancy this guy. I don't think this guy's got any chance of beating Celtic. But he's not won a single big game since being at Hearts. And to me, that would have been ringing alarm bells. I mean, it was ringing alarm bells.
I didn't watch the Dundee game. I was watching another group of shiftless bastards. But by the sounds of it was shite again. It was brutal. And that's one thing, right? We can say he hasn't beat big teams, right? He doesn't play good football. It's putrid. When was the last time Hearts beat a team convincingly? Like more than like 3 or more.
Probably his first game.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So not when they beat St Mirren.
I know Hibs lost today, but Hibs pumped teams.
Pretty sure on his debut.
It seems like every game with Critchley's either they get scudded, or it's like a 1-1, or a 2-1 win, or a 2-1 defeat.
Aye, well, today was a defeat, and you know what? I don't think it's going to be the case, because Ross County are really bad right now, but let's say Ross County weren't in this really bad run of form. Hearts would be in a battle for this 11th spot. Yeah. It's looking really close at the bottom of the league table now. But I just think that Ross County... And people are saying, oh, that's St Johnstone down. I don't think St Johnstone are necessarily down. They're only 2 behind Ross County in goal difference. That can be made up. They're 6 points behind. They have to play Ross County. if St Johnstone beat Ross County, the gap's free. I don't see Ross County winning another game.
See, people complain. Well, talking about the goal difference, it doesn't make any sense because if they catch them, they're going to be in front of them in goal difference. Just due to, I mean, Ross County would need to lose twice, and St Johnstone need to win twice.
Yeah, so even if
it's going to be a 4-goal swing minimum. So
100%.
Goal differences are irrelevant. So, but anyway, back to Heart. I mean, could Hearts finish 11th? If they kept Critchley, but I think we'll see something now.
No, I don't think they will. I think Thamesalo's Hearts will finish because I just don't really see Ross County
much better.
I think Ross County are 4 points behind. I don't really see Ross County picking up 4 points.
Weekends has this channel had this season?
Too many to count. Anyway,
this is good though. This is good for you.
That is good, but I mean, should have sacked them a few weeks ago.
Because yeah, you're right. But the problem is, see, if you go into next season with this guy, it's a write-off. You're preparing to sack him in October. It's like fucking Clement last year.
Should have sacked them as soon as they didn't make top 6. A week before the cup semi-final.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have done. He came out and said that. I remember after that game against Motherwell, he came out and said, "Oh, it's not that big of a blow. It's not that hard to pick the players up for the. I mean, fuck, it should be devastating."
Put it this way: see if they lost to Aberdeen clean without any men getting sent off, he'd have been sacked last week.
In terms of who could replace him, would I take any? You know what? Why not give Stephen Robinson a chance? The guy's got 3 seasons in the top 6 in a row for St Mirren. I mean, I tell you what, still games coming on, but Neil Critchley's not game.
There's nothing still about this.
No.
It's rank rotten.
Anyway, let's see what the fans are saying. But you know what? I don't know. Yeah, Derek McInnes is having a bang average season at Kilmarnock, but it doesn't make him a shite manager. You know, you're wondering, should maybe Hearts go for him? Go for Stephen Robinson? Who? I mean, in terms of the devil, you know, I mean, who would you take?
I don't get it, right? Kelly, yeah, they did really good last year, right? But they're not expected to finish.
No, they're not.
Up there.
And the same thing
where they finished this year is where they should be.
But you could argue maybe a little bit higher or whatnot, but they could still finish 7th, and if they finish 7th, then, you know, that's not a bad season by any means. Because realistically, like, we all know who the top 6 biggest clubs in Scotland are. So therefore, Kelly, St Mirren, they don't really have a place in the top 6 if the league table goes in club size, and it kind of should due to the financial aspect and all that stuff. But like, I look at St Mirren and I look at Stephen Robinson. See next season, see if he finishes like 10th. The agenda will be, the narrative will be, see, he's not that good. But it's like, you know, that guy's not going to consistently finish in the top 6. It can't happen. He cannot keep getting there. Sooner or later, he's going to fail. And I think that Stephen Robinson would probably be best off leaving this season. I don't think his stock will ever be higher.
Aye, 3 years in a row. That's as good as it's going to get for St Mirren. And
also, I mean, it's not like 6th place is getting you European football. If I was Stephen Robinson, I think if I was him, I would leave.
Is he your number 1 pick?
I would take him. I mean, from a domestic standpoint, I would take him. Just like I think you look at it last season, I think that Derek McInnes was never going to do better than that, was he?
What about Robbie Nielsen?
I'd take him as well. You know, kind of similar to Steve Clark. When he left Kilmarnock, I was thinking, why? Well, obviously he got the Scotland job. but let's say he wasn't offered the Scotland job. I still think that Steve Clark would have made the correct decision to leave Kilmarnock. You're not... Once you finish 3rd with Kilmarnock, I don't see how you better that.
Calendar year, he beat the Old Firm. Beat Celtic. That's how you better it.
Aye, well, if you could do that over a whole season, then great. But, you know, I just think some managers are smart, and I think they realise here that's as good as I can do with this club.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Stephen Robinson. I'm thinking that's about as good as he can do with this club.
But then what? He has to wait for Hearts to make the move for him, though.
I mean, another guy you look at Derek McInnes as well. Actually, speaking of him there, I'm not on about his Kilmarnock stint. When you look at his Aberdeen, like finishing 2nd, then Rangers back in the top flight. 2 years in a row, he finished ahead of Rangers, 2nd in the league. At that point, he really should have moved on. And I believe, was that not the time where they actually wanted to bring him in?
Yeah. And
he didn't take it. So I think some managers need to be a bit smarter. But yeah, Stephen Robinson, great top set. I would go for him. Let's give him a chance.
We'll see, guys, but it's time to hear what the fans...
But, you know, like, see if Hearts signed Stephen Robinson and it didn't work, I'd be like, well, you know what?
Tried.
We tried, and I can see why we went for him because he'd had 3 great seasons overperforming with St Mirren. I just cannot see why we went for Neil Critchley.
No, yeah.
Oh, he used to be part of Gerrard's setup. Who gives a shit?
I know.
Oh, he worked with Gerrard. He worked with Michael Beale. Look at Michael Beale.
He worked with Gerrard and he was fucking... Well, actually, you seem to love Michael Beale.
I'd take Michael Beale.
Would you?
Aye, would I?
I think he's coming back to Ibrox, sadly.
That'd be comical.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Anyway, what did the fans have to say after full time? I think a lot of them will probably want him sacked, and they did get their wish in the end. Mark Newman says, sack him for fuck's sake. MS says, this is lovely. He got the Arsenal Fan TV.
I thought it was going to be Claude. It's time to go, Robbie. R.I.P.
Ha ha ha. We've got Hibs there. Hibs highlights against Dundee. Hibs got beat today, so... Yeah.
That's kind of embarrassing that you have to show your last match where you won.
Yeah,
You lost today.
Yeah, it's a bit
like,
cheap.
I know Hibs are doing good, but good goal by Nisbet.
Connor says if he isn't sacked today, then we can say hello to the Championship again. Get it right up, you fucking horrible club.
Who said that?
Someone from Derry. Nathan Restfall again. HMFC 1874 says there are still fans that think Critchley's the right man. He's yet to win an important game. Reminder that this is everything with Hearts. He was the cheap option. He was the cheap option, 100%.
You and Cameron hinted that there was fans that think that. Honestly, if you came across a fan that thought Critchley's the man,
No. Simple as, no.
Is it a myth?
I think so.
Not one person's commented in our feeds saying.
I think that's the man that needs to come back right there, Robbie Nielsen. And I know a lot of people don't want him back, like, oh no, Nielsen was shite. Here, this guy, Hearts have what? I think since the split came in, Hearts have finished third only 3 times, and he done it twice.
Here, he said you need strong referees in Glasgow. You need strong managers in Edinburgh.
You fucking do.
And
I think the inside doesn't have any.
Doesn't have any, so.
But I'd bring him back. Why not? When he first left, he had to sit in second. Also won the championship with Hearts.
No brainer.
At a canter.
You should never. No, but you know what? See if I
won the championship twice with Hearts.
See if I was Nielsen, I'd tell Hearts to go fuck themselves.
I would as well. Like, to be fair.
Fucking sacking them because they finished. No, not even finished. They just fell below Aberdeen.
And it's not like, I mean, Naismith came in. It's not like he fucking got us ahead of Aberdeen. I believe we would have had a better chance. And I know it's hindsight, like, but I still think we had a better chance of finishing third that season if Naismith stayed. I mean, if Nielsen stayed.
I agree.
And you know what? Naismith did come in. And I can't say that last season Naismith didn't do a good job, because, but you know, how much of that was down to the other teams underperforming and Shankland having a great... I don't want to take it away from Naismith, like, but, you know, he did have some things go in his favour. Aberdeen Hibs were both shite, and Shankland was
if you
phenomenal.
add 20 goals onto Shankland this year, Hearts are definitely in the top 6.
Yeah, anyway, that's the man. We'll just end it there. I'd take him back right now. There's a few people I'd take.
Just a shite weekend, isn't it?
You know, I would take Nielsen, I'd take McInnes, I would take Stephen Robinson. I would be happy for us to appoint a manager for abroad, someone that's actually got experience at winning.
Jose Mourinho?
I'm realistic, no.
Sean Dyche?
No.
Brexit?
No. But, you know, someone like
Ian Cathro?
No.
Have you not seen what he's doing recently? He's doing really well.
With who?
He manages like one of the top teams in Portugal.
Aye, good for him. Anyway, we'll see who we get.
He's already managed one of the top teams in Scotland, and he dropped the fucking ball.
Aye, that's it. I'm depressed.
Same.